There's no planes in the air. Haven't got any work or pay. Can't go anywhere. Can't see the family, no matter where they're from. Is this now reality? Has everything gone wrong? 2020 rendezvous, me and me, you and you. 2020 rendezvous, there's nothing that we can do. 2020 rendezvous, turn away from the EU. 2020 rendezvous, 2 meters between me and you. I'll wear a mask like most my friends. We can't dance or sing. The lockdown that never ends, and the hell that it brings. So I'm stuck at home again. Going out is weird. I read Facebook every day. It confirms what I fear. 2020 rendezvous, me and me, you and you. 2020 rendezvous, there's nothing that we can do. 2020 rendezvous, turn away from the EU. 2020 rendezvous, 2 meters between me and you.
months ago. I've got he doubled the amount of fish that he turned into wine.
They remind me of the heady.
True, he needs to grow up.
And he's back. Yes, kebabs definitely come from Turkey, and you can say that.
Hello and welcome. Tonight's show is packed in like meat in a sausage. But first, someone who doesn't eat sausages or meat, it's Chris. Hello, Chris.
Good evening. Hope everybody's all right. Enjoying the weather.
And of course, the man who makes the word sausage sound dirty when he says it, it's Trevor.
Hello, sausage.
And let's not forget the return of the man who's had a few sausages in his time. It's Ricky.
Can you rephrase that? That don't sound right.
You know what I meant.
I've eaten sausages from the supermarket, not other sausages. But hello.
Hello, and of course, there's me, the commander of the sausage factory. That's what this is. We're a sausage factory. Yeah, well, sort of, isn't it? We stuff gets churned in, stuff gets churned out.
We should be space sausages then, and just completely change the branding.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, it'd be good.
So please
share this stream and subscribe and all of that. We love you sharing and commenting and all that. We should say some hellos to people. Hello to, who was the first commenter? Oh, we got a load of comments here. Hello to Mike Penninger. Hello to Evelyn. Hello to Anne. Hello to Mike Crooks. Hello to Brian Craven. Hello to Phil Luck. I assume Jackie Lucky's there too. Hello to Jackie as well. Hello. I think that's it from there. Oh, on YouTube we haven't got any yet, so leave us a comment on YouTube and say hello over there. So coming up in today's show, we've got Ricky has been caught on candid camera talking about his new love. We've got Trev's song, of course. We've got Chris's album of Tut Week. We've got Trev and Ricky's True or False, and we've got Jesus the Pen and a new outtake. Yeah, so lots of stuff coming up. What about the news of the week? Matt Hancock.
Yeah,
Can't say that.
it just shows you.
Well, we got some interesting facts going to be coming up during the songs. So, Jackie Luck here says, hope it's good tonight. I've had to pull myself away from an erotic novel.
I beg your pardon.
Filth.
Which one?
Stuck to it.
Right, well...
50 Shades of Ricky.
I'm reading an erotic book at the minute. It's The Art of Cooking. It's fantastic.
Well, we got an interesting number 6 this week. So I'm just going to hit the button that says this week's number 6. It's a song that we actually haven't had in the charts, I don't think, ever. And it hasn't probably, or maybe once, and it hasn't been played since we were picking songs or whatever. And we got a little clip before it, a little outtake from 2020 Rendezvous of me and Chris. Well, actually, it's more me in this one, but talking about the song. So this is chatting about Staying In.
Tell me about Staying In.
Staying In's a favourite of mine by Dave because of the chords I've got to play on the piano and organ. Really jazzy chords. I'm not quite sure where he was going with that, but it's got a really good vibe to it, really upbeat, good harmonies.
Yeah, that was off our first album, always a live favourite. That was probably the song that broke the camel's back, the straw that broke the camel's back, with Stefan Koldesak, because he wanted to get rid of the Hammond off it. He thought it sounded too much like other things.
It does sound a little bit like Supergrass. That's that organ, I think.
Yeah, there's Supergrass. I think some people have made that comparison before, and their song's in A and mine's in C. So we did this song in C, and I wanted the Hammond, and Stefan said no, it needs, turn it into a Rhodes or put a Wurlitzer or whatever, and Chris was loving that idea. He started talking about mellotrons and how much he fucking loves his mellotrons, and I was like, no, I want a proper old Hammond C3, I want the Leslie 147, I want you to mic it properly, and trust me, I know about the shit. I owned a recording studio for years, so he just wasn't getting it. So that night after the session, Stefan went home. I got the files off the hard drive, took them home and finished off the album myself. And yeah, we've never worked with the producer since. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, because that was the song that he wanted. Everyone, he wanted Ricky doing drums, he wanted Nick doing the bass, he wanted Chris and me to sing it in dual vocals because it's got 2 vocals. He wanted to change the Rhodes for a Mellotron or a Wurlitzer or something and get Chris to play it. Then I did, and I was like, no. I came home, did it all myself, and it's fucking brilliant. There is not a single note on there by anyone else, and it is it's just genius.
So there we go. That's a clip about staying in. That was an outtake that didn't make it to 2020 Rendezvous. Mellotrons, I love them on Doctor Who, says Brian Craven. You do love a Mellotron, don't you, Chris?
I love Mellotrons. Absolutely love them. Not enough Mellotrons on our work.
Well, we should try and do something about
We'll
that.
rectify that.
We will at some point rectify that. I like the word rectify. I don't know why. It
Rectify
sounds
your
like
Mellotron. Yes.
All right, keep it clean.
Ricky immediately went for rectum, which is exactly what I expected him to do. Thank you for that one there. So let's have a listen to this week's number 6, Staying In. So there we go. That was this week's number 6, Staying In. We've got some comments there. Anne said, we all knew that as a fact. And Jackie Luck says, let's not get political, boys. Well, sorry.
No, let's.
No, let's.
No, tough.
So, and Brian Craven said, was that a quote from the Andrew Marr show? So,
word for word.
Anyway, we are going to start I think, with Trevor's True or False next. So let's do the intro music. Here we go. Oh,
He's got his notebook.
I forget otherwise.
go for it, Trev.
Right. I once said to Matt Bellamy, I thought his neck was a bit fat. I'll keep the thing short this week, so then I'll tell you the long answer will be the I tell you why. I entered a competition while I was on tour in America with Star Cellar. We were in a pub that did pizzas and wings and stuff. But there was a thing, if you could eat their meat feast, 24-inch pizza, and the crusts, you got the pizza for now, and you could drink for nothing all night.
Easy.
So I entered it, and I won.
Okay, so that's...
Well, not won, but I did it. I did the challenge.
You did the challenge. So, what do people think?
Yeah.
What do people think? Chris, what do you think? Come on.
I don't know, because I know you've worked with Muse, but I just can't see you. I mean, I remember your Adam Clayton comment from the other week, but I can't see you going up to Matt Bellamy and saying your neck looks fat. But you love pizza, so it's a real dilemma.
Fat.
I would say
You said it's a bit fat.
I would go for the Matt Bellamy one.
All right.
Just because it's the sort of crazy stuff you do.
Ricky, what do you think?
Both very believable. I know Trev's love for pizza.
He adores it.
Yeah, I do.
24 inches.
It was a big pizza. It was thin, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Dave, you go. Let me ponder on this.
Okay, I'm going to think... Oh, dear. I'm going with the Matt Bellamy one. I genuinely... Because I see Trevor, he eats like a quarter of a pizza and then leaves the rest and saves it. I don't know that he'd eat the whole thing in one go. So I'm going for the Matt Bellamy story. But wait, when was this with Matt Bellamy? Was it when you were doing sound for Muse?
Yeah. Well, it might have been, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Second album it was.
Yeah,
because you did sound
with
for
that Bellamy one.
Yeah, you did sound for them when I saw them at V2001. I think you were doing the sound for them.
I did some festivals with them.
You did some festivals with them, so it's a good sound as well. But leaving that aside, I'm going to go with that. So let's read what the comments are saying here. So we've got Jackie Luck going with pizza. We got Gaddy goes. Ugh. I don't know what that's an answer, but thank you, Gaddy.
It's either or
Anne Blair says, Anne Blair is going for number 2, pizza. So we got a lot of pizza. 2 for pizza from Mike Penninger, but Jenna says 1. Mike Crook says 1. Hello to Donna. And Evelyn Anderson said 1. So we got a bit of a mix between 1 and 2. Trevor, tell us which it is.
It was number 1.
Hey!
And I wasn't being cheeky to him. What it was, we were doing a line check. This guy turned up with a guitar case, opened the case, and he got out this, what looked to me like an aluminium sort of silver-looking guitar with a weird patch on it. It's got like a theremin thing on it.
Oh, it's the Chaos.
That's his classic now, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
So this had just been finished. The guy had made it, brought it, but they weren't there yet. So the band, the crew were just sound checking the gear, you know. And I was wandering about on stage because we'd finished doing the line check. They were just still playing around and that. And someone said, "Do you want to go?" So I said, "Yeah." So we all had a jam. I'm banging away on his guitar that he hadn't touched yet. Now it's finished. Next thing is a little tap on my shoulder. Turn around. Matt Bellamy behind us. They'd turned up. And he said, "What do you think then?" I said, "I think the neck's a bit fat for me." So I did actually say, "I think your neck's a bit fat." Double barrel.
Very good.
Oh, right. Very good. Smart.
Right.
Very clever.
Germany, I think. I think it was Germany. We were doing smallish gigs. You know, about 1,200 sort of capacity.
Yeah, they weren't big, but it took a few albums for them to.
Yeah.
It was when they got
album that headlining Glastonbury.
Yeah, it was the headline in Glastonbury in 2004 that really broke them. I remember he came and recorded in my studio, did some vocals for something on the third album with my friend Paul Reeve, who produced a load of their albums. And I don't know whether he still works with them now, but he definitely worked with them for like about 5 albums or something. So
Yeah, great live band. Fantastic.
Yeah, great live band. One of the best live bands I've seen. Well, there we go. That's Trevor's True or False for this week. Coming up in the show, Ricky is caught on candid camera talking about his new true love. We have Trev's song, we have Chris's album of week, and we have Ricky's True or False and Jesus the Pen. But this week's number 5 is next. And this one's from 14, and it's Them and Us.
Darkness inside consumes you with paranoid rage. With you, it's only to be expected. The respect I had for you's been rejected, but it's still them and us against the twist the knife in my back whenever it's turned. How can you soundly sleep at night? Dividing us up just so long as your ego's alright. It's easy to forget we're human when your life is like that show with Truman, but it's still them
we had a right old chat there, and I forgot to put any true facts up, but I'll have to squeeze more in on the next ones. So let's have a look at the comments here. Boo, trickery, Trevor, says Brian Craven, because of your story with the twist in it. Excellent. Evelyn Anderson said, my vote. I assume you're talking about the song. Congrats, Evelyn. Nice one, says Christine. Well done, love it. Hello from Amy. Hello, Amy. Hello to Craig Barneswell, who says, great song. Thank you very much, Craig. Who else is saying stuff? Brian says, it's back and the gang's all here. Yeah, Facebook freeze tonight. Well, you can watch on YouTube. The link is pinned in the comments. But let's not forget why we're here. People seem to be paying a lot of attention to the Spudathon clips and all of that. But obviously, we came together with the Spudathon last year to raise money to make this thing called 2020 Rendezvous, which we've made. And now the Spudathon is its own thing now and becoming a cool sort of show and podcast and all of that. But let's not forget why we're all here, and that is 2020 Rendezvous. So here's the trailer.
Shut up, you
Everyone knows me as Dave Dominy, and they call me Curly Fries because I'm in the Space Potatoes.
Dave and I bumped into each other at the bar. It's since transpired that he didn't like my band and I didn't like his band.
And Kieran suggested that I send you a little video of me playing because I understand you're looking for a new bassist.
Just got off the phone with Nick. He's gone.
So have you had therapy before?
I've not played on any of the albums.
Being childish.
Yeah, bit of a
2020 is cancelled.
2020 Rendezvous. You and me and you. 2020 Rendezvous. There's so much that we can do. 2020 Rendezvous. Borderless like the EU. 2020 Rendezvous.
Okay, so please subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already, and go over there and suggest 2020 Rendezvous to your friends. That is why we are all here after all. Now let's do your comments. You've been leaving us some great comments on YouTube this week. Loads of comments to go through. So here's your comments. I need to make some music for that, really.
Yeah.
But Robert Bone, a new commenter, said, there's only chronology that could argue that. My new favourite sentence. That's something that Sean said.
What does that even mean?
That's something that Sean said when I said that Desperate Man doesn't sound like Paul Weller. Maybe Paul Weller sounds like Desperate Man. So he enjoyed that bit. Thank you, Robert Bone. Christine said, discovering the anecdotes of a very experienced rocker like Dean Howard was really exciting. I loved again the animated sequence of the Spuds. Hilarious. Thank you very much, Christine. Evelyn Anderson loved the 13th of June Spudathon. Loved the screen colours and the Spuds and the comments going across the bottom of the screen. Eddie Cridgington said, great choice, Chris. Talking about the Genesis album. I saw them live at De Montfort Hall. Peter Gabriel being the front man. And liked watching the footage of Dean falling off the stage. Cats in Space said, what a song, lads. Great content, great tune, well done. That's to Cats, the song. And Bex, Tricks of a Dominatrix, said, I voted for the first one too, absolutely loving that it came with the footage. That's of Dean Howard falling off the stage. So that's actually on YouTube now. If you watch his True or False on YouTube from last week, in the clip, we've actually got the footage of him falling off the stage.
Brilliant.
In Romania. So
yeah, my mum hadn't seen that before.
Oh, right. So
I showed her it yesterday. A couple of days ago. She fucking wet herself.
I'm going to come back to us for a second before we do the rest of the comments. But yeah, that was a really good. When you, I had seen it once before, but when you sent through,
I showed it you, Ricky.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I believe
about it.
Our friend Leslie showed it to me. She had it on VHS. So let's go through here. Bex, Tricks of the Night, she's saying, interesting, way more interesting when I was 14. That's about what Dean was like when he was 14. That's on our YouTube channel. Mike Crooks enjoyed the show. I'm going to skip over some going on a bit. But Evelyn said, an interesting chat about his career and road and touring. Evelyn Anderson said, stand aside, Oasis. Let Space Potatoes take over. And Anne loved the show as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for that. Mike here says, where are these comments posted? These are all on YouTube. So basically, YouTube is where we're at with terms of trying to build up a following, and get people commenting, get people liking things, and we post the clips from the Spudathon on there. So yeah, we're featuring the comments that happen on YouTube. So if you comment, we will hopefully feature you. Leave us a good one, because we're getting more now, so I'm not going to feature every single comment this week, so it'll be hand-picked. So there we go.
Fantastic.
Nice comments there. Oh dear, what should we do next? Should we do
What's
the
next, Dave?
song?
Come on.
I think the next song is Damaged Breathing.
Is it?
Yeah, this week's number 4. But we've got an interesting 1 and 2, one of Ricky's and one of Chris's. So
oh, great.
That's good. And of course, we've got Trev's song coming up as well, and Jesus the Pen. But this week's number 4 is Damaged Breathing. So here we go.
Go to 2020rendezvous.com and get your Space Potatoes merchandise. You can buy Baked, the best of Space Potatoes, on vinyl and as download. Also available, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, phone cases and tote bags. While you're on 2020 Rendezvous, why not sign up on the members area and get access to loads and loads of behind-the-scenes footage of both 2020 Rendezvous, the mini-series, and also the podcasts. Go to 2020rendezvous.com now.
You've got to do that, yeah.
Oh dear, that was funny. Buy it now, 2020 Rendezvous. Sorry, we're having a little chat there in the background, but we got an idea for a new bit of merch. So we got some comments here. Anne Blair says, someone said that it was their vote this week. That's good. Anne Blair said, not mine this week. It's getting harder to decide what to vote for. Love them all so far. Thank you very much, Anne. Becca said she voted for this one and she's been playing with it on DawHub. Yes, dawhub.com, DAWhub.com. You can go there. It's a little thing that I've been working on. I haven't done a lot on it recently, but there is a couple of, I think there's 3 Space Potato songs up on there now, and you can actually go and play and listen to all the multi-track or the stems of it and listen to how the songs are made up, sort of solo channels. So if you just want to hear the guitar or just want to hear the vocals or, guitar just with the vocals, you can solo those channels and have a play about, see what the music's made of. And Evelyn Anderson agrees that there's too many good ones to choose from. Brian Craven said, "Hey up, lass, hope you're well." Who's that to? That's to Christine. It's lovely. There's like a little social club going on, isn't it? And we've also updated the members area with the behind-the-scenes videos from the last couple of weeks. So if you're a member, head on over there and have a look. But we got Ricky. We got your true or false next. So here we go.
Christ. Okay, so my first one is I was outside playing football with some friends.
That's a lie.
When I was about, 10. And Carol Decker had come over to the house to visit. And I think she had a convertible BMW or something like that. Anyway, we're playing football outside and I've booted the ball and it's knocked her aerial off the car. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, for a dare, I once attempted to wank whilst doing a handstand. Drunk. And I fouled miserably. And that's 2.
I'm going Carol Decker all the way.
I don't know, because I've actually tried that.
Fantastic.
Tell us about that, Trev. Come on.
Well, you try drunk, you try it. As soon as you take one hand off the floor, over you go.
The things we find out on this show.
Yeah.
Oh dear, what do you reckon, Chris?
Oh, Carol Decker all the way, definitely. Because Ricky was a right little git, weren't you, when you were a kid?
Yes and no. I was a little git, but I was always polite. I've always had manners.
Sorry, Carol, I broke your aerial. You can.
What about you, Trev? You going?
I don't know, because, like I said, I'm going to go with 2, actually.
I'm going number 1, I think. So most people are saying number 1. Anne Blair's just said, "Oh God." Anne's also said number 1. Yeah. Jackie said number 2, but everyone else is saying, well, Carol Decker would likely lamp you, said Brian Craven. So 2 is more likely to be fair. Mike Crooks says number 2, and Sharon says number 1. So I think there's more ones. Which is it, Ricky?
It's number 1.
Yeah, again.
The little backstory on that is that me and Ron was in our room, and we was in our own house. We was in our bedroom because at the time we shared a room, and we was making a noise, and I don't know. Carol must have come upstairs for a piss or whatever, and she's poked her head in the door and told us to shush. I just thought, come round here telling me to shush. That's your lot. You're going to lose a car aerial now, love. I went straight outside, bolted the boot at her car. I'll have that. Bosh.
Your dad was right. You were a little shit.
That day I was. Coming over here, telling me to shush in my own house. You ain't going to be listening to the radio on the way home, love. Oh!
Oh, great story there from Ricky and his true or false. So coming up, we've got Ricky caught on candid camera talking about his new love.
This is worrying. I don't. What is this?
And we got Chris's favourite album. He got his out to album of Took Week, and of course we got Jesus the Pen.
What's going on, Dave?
I don't know. I've got
COVID. The sound of Jesus of the Pen. Actually.
Jesus of the Pen.
That there,
he has risen. But before that, we have Trev's song of the week, which is one that we played a few times. It hasn't been played for a few weeks, and it's one of your favourites and ours. It's "Girl in My Mind." So there we go. That was Trev's song there, "Girl in My Mind." Always a favourite. But next on the list of things to do is Chris's album of Week.
Chris's album choice of Week.
Chris's album choice of Week.
Go on, Chris.
Thank you, David. This week's album of Week is the amazing Moon Safari by Air. It came out in 1998, and it's a sort of really retro-sounding keyboard-based album by two French guys. I know it's probably on the screen at the minute, but here's Lily's vinyl copy. It's absolutely lovely. Jenna and I had our first dance to a track called All I Need, which I've since heard a million times at gigs because the system tech uses it to test the PA. So we all know that one. Obviously, you guys don't because you're not on tour with us. But It's just really great, mellow. The keyboard, there's Mellotrons on it, Dave, for you, by the way. Really good keyboard sounds, very chilled, mainly instrumental. It's just
this band is used during testing.
It's the first thing you hear, and it starts like wow, 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 boo, ba, boo, boo.
Oh,
boo,
that one.
boo. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But that was our first dance at our wedding. This album's like one of my Jenna's albums when we got together back in '99. So, right now, people, Moon Safari by Air.
Yeah, it uses the round sound scatter than horrible mid.
Chris's album choice of week.
So there we go. That was Chris's album choice of week.
Fell in love with that sort of track that Mark uses. Was it Beck?
Yeah, the Beck track.
Oh, that's just so good. What a song.
Pigeons are at it here on the balcony thing.
Well, if you will live up north, all northerners have pigeons, don't they?
Well, they're not pet pigeons. They just moved into the bush.
That's what she said. Anyway.
Good God, this is obscene.
Talking about Ricky's loves, and of course Matt Hancock's loves. Well, Matt Hancock, for those of you who aren't in England and don't know, is our health secretary over here, and he was our health secretary, and he was caught on CCTV on a camera having it away with one of his PAs or helpers or whatever when he was telling everyone else they couldn't go and see anyone.
AIDS, when it's...
Is she an aide?
Well,
yeah,
he's probably
works on his team.
Just someone else on about 200 grand a year for carrying his pen.
A year.
Yeah.
So, but in a shock twist to the whole thing, Ricky was also caught because we were at a barbecue yesterday for Emily and Kieran, our fictional Space Potatoes manager, and Emily, our backing vocalist, who's on 1,000 Things and Damaged Breathing and all that. We were at their housewarming barbecue yesterday, and Ricky was caught on camera talking about his new secret love in a kind of a Matt Hancock style.
I kind of recall it. Now I know it's from yesterday. I kind of recall.
You recall this now because you'd had a few drinks, but I did say at the time I'm going to play this in the show, and I wondered whether you remember. So.
No, well, clearly I didn't.
So here we go, and Trev, you should listen to this because he declares love. Here we go.
Trev, innit? I love him to death.
The thing is, you can never experience. Like, he's such an enigma in that you can't know Trev unless you know Trev.
Yeah.
And then if you know Trev, it's like everything he says is absolutely brilliant.
It's just stunning. I love Trev. I love Trev. I love Trev.
Say it 6 more times.
I love Trev.
Trev or Twix, though? Which is better?
There's a constant argument, Trev or Twix.
Tricks. That Trev covered in chocolate. With caramel and biscuit. Well, I think he's the biscuit. Let's face it. Trev is the biscuit.
Trev is the shortbread of humans.
I love Twix and Trev. But yeah, Trev is the left-hand Twix and Twix is the right-hand Twix. I don't know where I'm going with this.
That was just like...
Twev. I love Twev.
So there we go. Ricky seems to love Trev. You got anything to say about that, Ricky?
I love Trev.
I'm quite flattered, actually. I'll stay away from the Twixes, though.
Yeah, with this track record.
Well, Twixes and Farmers don't really mix.
I just thought it was lovely, though. Ricky went into a speech about how much he loves you, Trev. And
yeah, I like that.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So I thought I'd play that. And Kieran was in there as well, chatting about.
I thought you was gonna. Now it's all coming back to me. I thought you was gonna like post something about the old me talking about Megan Fox and.
No. I wasn't gonna do that.
I was gonna say, don't. For fuck's sake.
I haven't got any videos of that, no.
Let's talk about that off air then.
Oh, wow. I wasn't going to mention that. But
it's all coming back to me now, that bit.
Right, well, coming up, we've also got Jesus the Pen, but we're going to do this week's number 3. What is it? Oh, this week's number 3 is from 14, and it's On the Run. So here we go.
Sitting up late on a Friday night, Nobody's online with me. Hiding out, locked up inside my house. Feeling like I'm on the run, on the run. I can't see you, there's no one near me. No one walking in my street. I can only hear you digitally now. Feels like we will never meet. Chatting with the bots, it's all fake news. Makes me angry every day. Well, I was crying about honesty. The standards dropped away, dropped away.
There we go. I need to trim a couple of seconds off the end of that, otherwise it's just going to be a bit of dead air. But that was, what was it? It was On the Run. I almost forgot there. And I didn't do any quotes during it as well. We were sitting there chatting about the barbecue yesterday.
We're too busy having a good time.
We were too busy having a good time, but it was a good story, so you can catch that in the members area if you're a member. Evelyn Hanson said, no Spuds tonight. No, sorry, I've had a really busy week. I didn't get around to doing a Spuds bun, but we do have a really good Jesus the Pen, and I did edit the Staying In outtake clip, so... Sorry, there will be a Spuds next week. I've got one planned. It just didn't happen this week. Sharon replies to Christine saying, I like them all, talking about the songs. Thank you very much. Anne said that was not her favourite. Fair enough. On the Run is not her favourite. Go and listen to David Bowie's Little Wonder and you'll see where I'm coming from. But before any of that, as you know, it's Sunday, and if you've skipped church, you need not feel guilty, because it's Jesus time with Jesus the Pen.
This week, I thought I'd make my sermon autobiographical, considering that's who you'll worship, me. Here goes. I walked on water, I died for your sins. I healed a leper and said lots of things. My dad is holy, but not like the ghost. He is all-knowing, and he never boasts. Well, not much. I was a carpenter, my dad was my boss. But I wasn't hired to make my own cross. That made me angry, actually. My name is Jesus, and now I'm a pen. With this gift of blue ink, I have risen again. Amen.
So there we go. Jesus showed his nib to you all. That's
Jesus' nib.
Never heard anything so Alan Partridge in my life.
Never.
Oh, Anne was referring to the birds, not on the run. So that's
How can you not like Birds? That's a great song.
I love Birds. I do like the song Birds.
Oh, I love Birds. He sounded like somebody else.
I love Birds, yeah. So Mike Brooks says, Amen, Bick, Biro in Christ. Very nice. And Evelyn Anson
Been
says,
watching a
brilliant.
bird over the street.
Have you? ASL?
There's a big pigeon on the roof.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this week's number 2. From Bake, one of Chris. Oh no, from the rest of Space Potatoes, not the best of Space Potatoes, but this is one of Chris's songs, Parallel Lies. Here we go.
You know, when they bury her, there'll be tomato plants everywhere within 6 months.
Talk about Dot Cotton there. Talk about the facts. That is a fact. That is a fact. So also at this barbecue yesterday, another guest of the barbecue. It was kind of like a half 2020 Rendezvous summit. We had the fabulous one and only bassiste, should I say?
Bassiste.
Richard Duvois.
Richard Duvois.
Richie Roo.
Richie Roo was there as a guest, and he didn't let us down. He burst into song, and I've got a clip of that for you. Here we go.
Beato un cor, il ciel l'ha fatti nascere, per fa beato un cor, per fa beato un cor. Il ciel l'ha fatti nascere, per fa per fa beato un
So there we go. That's our very talented Richie Roo yesterday. A little bit drunk, but performing amazingly.
Flawless.
Emily asked him to do a
Brilliant.
song, and he got a track up and did it. And we thought, you know, he has his little bit in 2020 Rendezvous, but he's a real person with a really big talent. And
Got Brian Craven.
Brian Craven says, can't understand a word. Was he bevied? And Christine said he still has his glass of French wine. That's very, very true. He does have his glass of French wine. Mike Penninger says, very cool, Richie Roo. So, yeah, there's Richie Roo there yesterday. We had a great day yesterday doing stuff. And obviously, Ricky declared his love for Trev. And other things. And other things, yeah. And there was a whole Megan Fox bit that...
which you'll never know.
I don't know. We talked about it. It might end up in the members area.
Fuck off.
Not that bad. And Blair says he's got an amazing voice. But I think that brings us up to this week's number one. So let's see what's this week's number one. And it's Cows. Ricky's song Cows again. Second week in a row, I think. This is number one. People like the beef, don't they?
Beef. Beef.
Oh?
Beef. What's that?
Off.
I don't like beef.
Yes, you do. You just don't admit it.
You prefer a live beef, I understand. But this song is particularly good. It's not really about cows, though, is it? It's about the Karens of the world.
Karens, yeah.
The Karens of the world. We just wrapped it in an animal name to not offend. So here we go. This week's number one. So there we go. That was this week's number one, which was Cows. People are asking why Flossie isn't there, and you're in a new place as well, Chris. And the album, I said to you, put an album up, and it's all wonky. You've got no...
Yeah, just to annoy Ricky's OCD,
no
I've just triggered it.
For our album, which is available at 2020rendezvous.com as a download and vinyl, along with all the merch, which really helps us make this show and advertise it. Anyway, Chris, talk about your wonky album. Explain yourself.
Well, yeah, Dave and I hit on the idea of just whacking the album in the background, but the pins on the board are all... But I'm in a new space, as you could probably tell, hence the pregnancy mannequin and the normal mannequin. It's just a storeroom full of stuff. But it'll make a good little studio space for me. And seeing as we're doing this all the time, I don't know why we didn't move in here sooner.
Probably because it was
really
cold.
Good space. I gave Dave a little tour before, didn't I, Dave? And
yeah.
It's going to be perfect.
I was going to say, did you put the mannequin there to get Trev going, or was that...
A bit like mine.
You've got your little space.
No, the mannequin.
Yeah. But it's... it'll be great. I mean, I've painted it and put some posters up and stuff and made it into a proper studio. Looking forward to it.
Well, just to let you know, we are going to do an episode 2 commentary when the football season is over, or when England are out, or whatever. I'm in the process of doing a film cut of it. Please leave us comments on YouTube. Go and watch our little clips of the Spudathons. That really helps us. And remember, there's all sorts of extra clips that you don't get to see in the show that go on YouTube. Plus, there's even more in the members area. But leave us comments, and then we'll feature the best comments in the show next week. But I think that is our show for this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chris, do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Trevor, do you want to say goodbye?
Bye. Live long and phosphorus.
Ricky, anything to say? Explain yourself.
There's not enough time.
Goodbye.
And of course, it's also goodbye from me. So, see you later, Space Potatoes.
Bye.
See y'all.
I can't do it.
You and me. you and